Coach, as a starting question, if you could just give us your thoughts on the match. Obviously, you took an early lead, and then they came back with 3 goals. You had a shot at the end there. Your general observations.
Well, I thought it was entertaining match, probably for a lot of fans. I think the showcase of, the two teams was good. After we scored, I think we just needed to do a better job of trying to close out the game with a little bit better possession. I have to see the play that led to, the 1-1. Did we give the ball away? How did we recover? And then you give a PK, that happens. And then the third one, just an individual mistake as you're trying to press for the game. I mean, normally we're a pretty good team about not giving things away. And, certainly against a quality team like León, they're a very, very good soccer team, and you can't give them anything. So, it didn't work out for us tonight. But I'm proud of the effort we showed to get back 3-2. And then, of course, Raul at the end. I mean, who knows? That was very close. But I always credit my team for never giving up, even at 3-1.
Thank you, Coach. Once again, we remind everyone that if you'd like to ask a question, please raise your hand. There's a button at the bottom of your screen. And let's get started with Jeremiah Oshan. Jeremiah, floor is yours.
Yeah, Coach. Obviously, having a cup final in the middle of the season isn't something completely new to you, but how do you balance the emotions of coming off, I would imagine a dispiriting loss and knowing you have to just sort of get back on the horse this weekend?
Well, I mean, Jeremiah, we have to. That's life. There's no, the guys are gutted in that locker room. Yes, they are tired. They're emotionally drained, but it's also a resilient group. So we will regroup. We have to regroup. We understand where Sporting KC is in the standings. So we'll, get this game. We'll try and push past it. And we still have some very important business to take care of, trying to finish as high as we can, to get the best playoff seeding that we can.
Let's go to Masvita Maraire. I hope I got that pronunciation right.
Yeah, you did. Thank you. Hey, Brian, in terms of trying to get possession, was it something that they did, or were you guys just unable to kind of create space for you to hold on to the ball?
You're talking about after we went up 1-0?
Yes, sir.
Well, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. I mean, look, even in the first half, we had good spells of possession, and then there were other times we gave the ball away or they made a defensive play. I don't think there was any one thing specific. It's just, again, it was just two good teams going after each other. And, you got to make plays. That's what we keep saying. We actually had a chance to go up after 1-0. We had a couple chances to go ahead, maybe even further, push the score line, but it didn't happen for us tonight.
All right, we're going to go ahead and continue with, before we do, a reminder again, please raise your hand at the bottom of the screen if you have additional questions. And the next question goes to Jada Evans.
Thank you. Coach, I wanted to ask, they made 3 substitutions and wanted to see your opinion as far as it seemed like that changed the complexion of the game. So what were you trying to maybe tell your team after the 3 subs?
Teams do that all the time, Jada. I mean, yeah, they were down a goal, so they had to make those subs. It didn't change how we approached the game at all.
All right, folks, looks like we have no more hands up. So, there we go. Jeremiah, Oshan, and Jada have another question. So we'll go ahead and continue here. To the last 3 questions. We're going to go with Mickey Turner first, then Jeremiah, then Jada. So Mickey, you are on.
Can you hear me? Sorry, it's pretty loud in here. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Coach, what did you talked a little bit about not being able to take advantage of a few opportunities there that you would have maybe pushed it. Was that, was it just kind of one of those things, or was there something you just weren't able to finish on the day, or the players just weren't able to finish on the day?
No, I mean, look, at 1-0, I think we're a good enough defensive team to close the game out. At 1-0, I thought there was a couple opportunities, a set piece, a couple of half chances, maybe the final pass, the decision on the final pass, but I never micromanage the decisions that the players make on the field. I mean, my job is to give them the tools to be successful. So it wasn't anything specific, Mickey.
All right, let's go to Jeremiah O'Shawn next.
Yeah, through 60 minutes or so, it seemed like you were managing the game well. You were, even looking like the better team, I thought. What did you feel like really changed after after that triple sub?
Well, they scored a goal. I mean, goals change games. You gave them a boost, you gave them momentum. Again, I'd have to look at that play to find out exactly, where it broke down, how it broke down. But goals change games, and they got a little swing of momentum, and then the penalty came, and then the final goal. So had Raul scored, after JP's deflected goal, or whatever, had Raul scored at the very end of the death, we would have had momentum going into penalty kicks. I mean, it's a game of momentum swings in our sport, in many different sports. One team gets some momentum and the other team has to climb back out of the hole. I think it's that. Jeremiah, I'll never second guess the effort that group of players put into this game, to this competition. I think part of the reason why we are such a proud and strong franchise is because we do take these games very seriously. And so sometimes, yes, to your earlier question, some of the emotion after a tough loss like this, it's hard to describe and it's hard to handle. But again, just by default, we have to get back up on the horse and get ready for a, stretch of games to close out our regular season.
All right, let's go back to Jada.
Thank you. Coach, I just wanted to, kind of on what you're just saying, if you can, as quickly as this is, kind of assess the way that you guys did perform, though, in these tournaments, or in these Leagues Cup games. And then the other question was your decision to start Jimmy over Brad. Was that tactical, or Jimmy seems to have been playing really well lately? So, or was it that reason? Or did Brad even have an issue with that?
Brad didn't have any issue. My setup with the team, those guys have been very interchangeable. Both Brad and Jimmy are tremendous players. They each have a different skill set. I just thought for this particular skill set, Jimmy would do well to start. And then if the game opened up in the second half, we could use Brad's speed in the second half. As far as our performance in this Leagues Cup, I'm very proud of that team in there. Tigres is a very, very good team. Santos Lagunas is a very good team, and we fell one goal short to another very good Mexican team in León. So I am very proud of the way the players performed in this particular competition.
And we are going to close out with Jackson Feltz. Jackson, you're on.
Hey, Coach. Yeah, looking at, you just spoke a couple of seconds ago about the emotions. How do you go about molding those emotions into motivation now going forward into the regular season and then MLS playoffs a little bit later on? How do you turn that around as a positive for your guys?
Well, if you're a guy that hates to lose, then there's enough emotion right there to get you to perform better, work harder, work smarter. So a lot of those guys in there hate to lose. So I would say that a lot of it comes internally from them. Obviously, we'll do our jobs as coaches and give them the messages that we feel they need, whether it's a armor on the shoulder or a reality of it ain't going to get any easier. but we'll give them those messages and they'll be fine.